Others, like abolitionists Lucy Stone and Henry Blackwell, supported the 15th Amendment. They founded the American Woman Suffrage Association and lobbied for the women's right to vote on a state level instead of through a national amendment. The 15th Amendment was ratified in 1870. Black men could vote, but women still couldn't.
Society. Women from all over the United States and abroad traveled to Washington, D.C. to participate in the march. Paul, working with Mary Church Terrell, allowed African American women to participate, but they had to march in the back of the parade. Prominent leaders like Ida B. Wells didn't agree with this decision. While she started in the back with the rest of the black women, she ran to the front once the parade began to join the women in her state's delegation.
Going into the 50s and 60s, race and the South returned to the forefront of national politics, with the civil rights movement attempting to end segregation and ensure blacks truly have the right to vote. The civil rights debate isn't a purely partisan issue. It's more of a regional issue, with Northerners from both parties supporting it and Southerners from both parties opposing it. Then, in 1964, it's Democratic President Lyndon Johnson who signs the Civil Rights Act into law. And it's Republican presidential nominee Barry Goldwater who opposes it, arguing that it expands government power too much. A massive switch-up takes place. Black voters, some of whom had already been shifting from the Republican Party, convert almost entirely to their new advocates, the Democrats. The white voters in the South, who had been staunch Democrats, start to really resent the big government interference here and in other matters like abortion rights and school prayer. Over the next 3 decades, whites in the South switch to the GOP, which makes the South an overwhelmingly Republican region. By the 1980s, the party begins to resemble the GOP we are familiar with today.
I would suggest that the so-called Negroes become politically mature, realize the power that they hold in the field of politics, and then once the person who is running is aware that this man is awakened to the power that he holds, then that person who is running will approach that Negro on a more intelligent plane. As it is right now, most of the Negro leaders sell out.
Each of you assembled here today decided that you were going to see that 10 other people are registered before the last day, which I think is next weekend, the 14th, I believe. Just see what a power you can be. And then after getting people registered, that is another even greater responsibility, and that is to go out to vote.
That's good. Just want to let her know how important it is to vote, to register, so get thoughts on anything.
Yeah, I think it's really important to register to vote. I've been registered since I was 18, and I think it's super important just because no one knows our community better than ourselves.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
We just want to know how important it is to vote, register, get thoughts, anything you got to say about it.
I just think it's really important to vote just to get so much change, because obviously what's going on nowadays, and I think it's really important to vote. It's important to, for you to have your own opinion, you can do your own research, but as long as you go get your opinion out there, that's what matters.
Thank you. I appreciate those words, bro. I really do. Thank you. Okay.
Oh, just tell them.
Yeah, are you registered to vote, or if you think both?
I'm not registered to vote or nothing, because honestly, I don't think our votes really matter, because
we suggest that Negroes vote for in the coming election.
I wouldn't suggest that they vote for any party or either party.
Because at the end of the day, it all matters about what's going on at the house. That's what I think. And I didn't vote last year. I never voted, actually. I never voted. And I don't think I am going to vote.
Hey, that's your right. That's your opinion.
Yeah, and I don't think it make a difference if it's prove me wrong, man. I've been open-eared about it,
so
too.
For you got to see a change direct for you to really get involved voting.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
I'm registered to vote. I plan on voting. What else you name me? I'm registered to vote.
No, that's it. We just really want to get some thoughts, some views, people's ideas. We really want to get them to vote.
So everybody should vote. This is a big election.
Thank you.
One of the biggest elections we'll probably ever have.
Thank you.
I really need to vote. Everybody should register to vote.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate you, brother. You have a good one, brother.
Do the same. Thank you, sir.
Hey, my name is Edward Russell. I live in the Hill District. We definitely need a change here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, because the governor, he's doing his job the best as he can, but people want to threaten the governor to shut down. They don't want him to shut down. He want to shut down the business to keep people safe from the masses and everything else. They won't let him to do it. And we also need a change from the president.
Tell the youth how really
and the young youth
it is to vote. Everybody, not even
young people, get out there and vote.
If it wasn't for people fighting for my freedom, I wouldn't be hung. Right. And I'm sure Sandra Cole she got frustrated with it. Because here you are going up against the whole state of Pennsylvania and telling them y'all got it wrong. Right. You like, yo, I'm trying to educate you for that. But like I told her, waking up the dead who don't think that they're dead is a hard process.
Like talking to this glass wall.
You already you doing people a service right now. Yeah. We don't have a black media outlet.
What's going on, people? We're talking about voting today, and it's a intimate conversation. The only reason I say that because a lot of people feel so many different ways about this. A lot of people feel like this voting shit is rigged and it don't mean shit at all. And you know, everybody's opinions is their opinions. You know what I mean? I once felt like voting and all that shit don't matter, but it's something that our ancestors fought for so deep. You know what I mean? Like, if you really think about how deep this shit is, how they literacy tests and how they make them pay at the tolls where we couldn't even vote, like the woman, how they didn't even get the right to vote in 1920, and just so much of that shit. And when you just think about it, man, it's like, where do you stand? Like, where do you want to get involved with it? If you just want to sit on your ass and be like, this shit don't matter, that's cool. That's your opinion, but I feel motherfuckers should do more, man. What's going on, people? Out here in the streets today, make your motherfucking voices and your opinion really count. Don't just sit around and bullshit and let this shit pass by, man. Vote, make your shit count. Make it count.